You guys, David Harbour is facing something he's never dealt with before. A wave of backlash that hit him from every angle at the exact same moment. What started as Lily Allen dropping a brutally honest comeback album has now snowballed into a full-blown internet investigation, resurfaced interviews, and even rumors about the set of Stranger Things, all happening right before the final season is about to premiere. And the timing could not be worse. Fans are confused, the press is circling, and every day a new layer of this situation seems to unravel. It's one of those moments where everything that used to be seen as charming or harmless suddenly looks very different, and people are asking how it all came crashing down so fast. When Lily Allen announced her long-awaited album West End Girl, nobody expected it to explode into this level of conversation. But the second people pressed play, it was clear she wasn't pulling any punches. 7 years off the music scene, and she returned with one of the most personal, raw, and detailed breakup albums we've heard in a long time. Track by track, she paints the picture of a marriage unraveling, and she never calls David Harbour out by name, but she doesn't need to. Fans instantly recognize the references. She sings about partners becoming strangers, about emotional distance, about rules in an open marriage that she says were broken. One lyric in particular practically stopped the internet. Be discreet and don't be blatant. There had to be payment. It had to be with strangers. People froze at that line. It suggests boundaries, agreements, and then someone crossing them. And then there's the name she drops, Millie. Nobody knows who Millie is. Fans on TikTok launched full investigation threads. Reddit went into its detective era. People dug through David's past collaborations, his friends, his sets, trying to figure out who this Millie could be. The speculation got so wild that Lily even leaned into it on Halloween. She dressed up as the cartoon character Millie, which obviously wasn't the same person from the album, but she absolutely fueled the chaos in a very Lily Allen way. And while the music world was breaking down every lyric, something even bigger was brewing on the Stranger Things side of the internet. And that's where things got messy. The moment Lily's album started trending, people went back and rewatched every Lily plus David interview they could find, especially their Architectural Digest home tour, which went viral all over again. When that video originally dropped, fans thought their dynamic was playful. People joked about their banter. Some even said they were couple goals. But now, the same clips hit completely differently. People noticed David constantly cutting Lily off, joking over her, or making comments that felt a little sharp. Things that once seemed funny suddenly looked like resentment. Viewers called the energy uncomfortable, tense, even embarrassing in hindsight. And because it's the internet, side-by-side edits of the AD video and Lily's new lyrics started circulating everywhere, making people wonder whether these little moments were early signs of deeper problems. But the biggest shift was this. Fans weren't just questioning the marriage, they were looking at David himself differently. Because just as all this marriage speculation hit trending pages, a new rumor surfaced about his behavior on another very important set. And this time, the conversation went beyond personal relationships and into his work. Right when Lily's album hit its peak, a report from Daily Mail-type outlets started circulating, claiming that David Harbour was under investigation at Netflix for allegedly bullying and mistreating Millie Bobby Brown on the Stranger Things set. And yes, this sent the internet into an absolute frenzy. The reports claimed Millie allegedly filed a formal workplace behavior complaint that included multiple pages of concerns. These rumors said it sparked a months-long internal review. And instantly, people started comparing the allegations to their on-screen father-daughter dynamic. This wasn't just tension. Fans were shocked because David has spent years publicly playing the protective dad role toward Millie. And here's where things get even more unsettling. According to the report, Millie allegedly had a representative present during Season 5 filming. Not because of anything physical, that part is extremely important, but because she reportedly felt uncomfortable with his behavior. And neither Netflix nor the cast has addressed these rumors publicly. No denial, no clarification, nothing. Total silence. And when a studio stays quiet about something like this, it only fuels the speculation. It didn't help that this all dropped right before the final season, a season that's supposed to celebrate the cast, the writing, and the ending of a cultural phenomenon. Instead, the conversation now shifted to, What really happened on that set? The biggest reason this rumor hit so hard is because David has always described Millie in glowing emotional terms. In past interviews, he talked about feeling deep fatherly affection for her. He said he worried about her navigating fame. He said he felt protective because he knew her before she was a global superstar. These quotes were everywhere. Fans always loved how close their bond seemed. But now, the internet is comparing his past interviews to these new allegations and noticing something they never questioned before. Millie is no longer the young newcomer he once described. She's older, she's married, she has a powerful family behind her, and she's been in the industry long enough to stand her ground. She doesn't need a protective father figure anymore. And some fans think that shift, losing that dynamic, might have rubbed David the wrong way. Not in a dramatic, over-the-top way, but in those small comments, those on-set interactions that start to feel different once the power balance changes. And suddenly, people began to connect this to Lily's album. The idea that David may have struggled sharing the spotlight or dealing with strong personalities around him. These are theories, not confirmed facts, but fans have been debating this for weeks. And that's when old footage from the AD interview came back into the conversation, because the pattern some people think they're seeing doesn't just show up in one place. Once viewers started rewatching David's interviews through the lens of Lily's lyrics, they started seeing moments that felt familiar. The interruptions, the jokes that landed a little too harshly, the need to be the biggest presence in the room. Again, this is fan interpretation, not confirmed behavior. But the internet is dissecting everything. His tone when talking to Lily, the way he answered questions, the tiny moments where he seemed annoyed or impatient. People pulled clips from talk shows, live discussions, behind-the-scenes videos, and suddenly the comment sections were filled with, "Why didn't I notice this before? And was this always how he acted?" It's not evidence, but perception shapes reputation. And the combination of Lily's deeply personal lyrics and the rumors from the Stranger Things set made people more sensitive to his behavior overall. Fans are now wondering if maybe these weren't isolated incidents. Maybe they were subtle red flags that nobody paid attention to until now. And while fans kept piecing together their theories, David finally spoke publicly. Just not in the way people were hoping he would. David Harbour recently appeared on the cover of Esquire, and naturally, people expected him to address at least some part of this situation, whether it was Lily's album, or the rumors about him and Millie, or even the backlash he'd been getting online. But instead, he took a very broad, philosophical approach. He talked about regret without naming specifics. He talked about mistakes without describing any. He said that every slip-up, every painful moment, every wrong turn becomes part of the house of cards of life, and that if he changed even one thing, he'd have to change everything. Some fans interpreted this as self-reflection, a quiet acknowledgement that he's not perfect. Others saw it as avoidance, a way of sounding deep without addressing anything real. But whether intentional or not, his comments only sparked more speculation. Because when someone refuses to clarify a story that's blowing up online, the internet will gladly fill in the blanks for them. And with Stranger Things gearing up for its final season, those unanswered questions are becoming even louder. Right now, the entire situation is suspended in uncertainty. Fans want answers. Gossip sites are posting new updates daily. TikTok is full of theories. And yet, Netflix has refused to say a single word. No confirmation, no denial, not even a no comment. That silence is speaking louder than any statement would. People online are split. Some believe the rumors fully. Some think everything is being blown out of proportion. Some think Lily's album opened the floodgates on David's reputation. But the one thing everyone agrees on is this: the timing is disastrous. The final season of Stranger Things is supposed to be a celebration, a cultural event. And instead, the cast's dynamic is being overshadowed by allegations, lyric interpretations, and viral re-edits of old interviews. Fans want the truth. They want clarity. But the longer nobody addresses the situation, the more people start assuming the worst. And at this point, the silence is almost becoming part of the story. So here's where everything stands. Lily Allen's album reopened wounds people didn't even know existed. The Architectural Digest interview resurfaced with brand new meaning. Rumors from the Stranger Things sets spread like wildfire. David's Esquire interview gave people philosophy rather than answers, and Netflix's silence has created a vacuum that the internet is happily filling with theories. Maybe the truth is more complicated than anyone realizes. Maybe some of these rumors are exaggerated. Maybe others are closer to the truth than we think. But right now, everything related to David Harbour sits in this strange, uncomfortable place where fans don't know what to believe. And everyone is waiting to see what the cast does when the press tour begins. Will they act like nothing happened? Will they address it indirectly? Or will the rumors follow the show all the way through its final season? Only time will tell, and the internet is definitely watching. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next upload. And don't forget to drop a like and share your thoughts in the comments. It helps the channel grow and lets me know what stories you want covered next.